Rakutenda nekuti mawana mkana wekuwa mwinesu mukati mwenguva dzino. Right now it's time for our Sabbath school lesson, and the title is an interesting one. It says, "Come to me." Before we get into it, I'm going to ask one of my brothers here, Liberty, to give us a word of prayer.
Katina matei baba wari kudenga tokutendai nemhaka yechidzidzo chamatipa, tokutendai nemhaka yechipo cheupenyu chitibatsirai patiri kudzidza chidzidzo ichochi chive chinogona kutibatsira mukati meupenyu hwedu, tigone kuziva kwekuisa mitoro yedu, tigone kutizira kwamuri kuimba yeutiziro. Tanamata nezita raJesu. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much. Come to me is the title once again. And I'm joined here with the panel of youth. From my right, we have Isheanesu Manangazira. I'm Anesu Masango. Here we have Ropafadzo Masango. Yeah, she's my sister. And here we have Liberty Majiji. And we are going to be discussing this lesson. So without further ado, I'm going to read here our memory text, which is Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Matthew 11, verse 28. The New King James Version says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Now, guys, what comes to mind? Let's say you haven't heard what the memory text is. What's the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the title, "Come to me"? Or what came to mind when you first realized this week's lesson was going to be "Come to me"?
I was just thinking of the pandemic that we are living in, or the pandemic that we are experiencing. You know, we have lost hope. Right now, we don't see any way as a nation, as families, and as individuals. So we are looking for somewhere where we can go, where we can find rest. So when I just came across this title, "Come unto me," and then what comes into my mind is rest.
Okay, rest. All right, Ropa, what came to your mind when you saw the title, "Come to me"?
Okay, the title "Come to me" is an incomplete sentence to me, and you don't really know why am I going there.
Yes.
Right? Come to me. It is not a suggestion. It's a command. It's sort of like a command. Come to me. When I say Anesu, come to me, I'm not suggesting. So it's a command. So I really wanted to know more. Why come to me? What is it that I'm supposed to learn? What is it that is in this lesson from the title "Come to me"? What was Jesus saying, or who is saying "Come to me"?
So it's like, what's so important? We are kun.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's like
Kunte.
It's like Pepe, my Masango, Ropa, we are kuno.
I need to know.
and you won't go there, manga. You go there running, huh?
Yeah.
Because it's an imperative.
Yes, yes.
Come to me. We are kwandiri, we are kuno. It comes to mind.
Okay, panotaurwa statement rekuti "Come to me", ini ndinofunga kuti Jesu ari kudedza munhu asiri paari.
All right.
Okay.
Munhu atori away kuti chiuya kuno
All right.
kwandiri ini ndokunezorwa. Zvandinofunga pano.
Which means varipo kudhara. They don't have to be called.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vatori nezororo.
They are there already.
Zvakanaka.
Okay. Okay. Well, for me, come to me. What came to my mind is it's possible that whoever is being asked to come to the individual who's coming was probably going somewhere else.
Okay.
They were probably going to someone else.
Yeah,
Okay.
someone else.
Or they probably did not know where to go, or did not have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
And now, hey, come
To me.
come to me.
All right.
And it sounded like an open invitation, you know, we are kuno, you don't be afraid to come. Okay, you are allowed to what?
To come.
Come.
To come here, come to me. Thank you so much. I'm sure we're going to touch all these aspects as we go through our lesson, and Now, taking from the memory text, Matthew 11, verse 28, it was Jesus who was saying, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden," right? "And I will give you rest." Now, we do labor every day. And it is no secret, we are heavy laden.
Yes.
Be it mabasa, skoro, even nizirwere, and especially in the pandemic at my age. People are heavy laden. And Jesus is providing us an out. Or rather, he already had it for us all this time. But it's just that sometimes there is this wonderful promise that God put right there for us. Come to me when you are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you what? I will give you rest. He goes on to then talk about his yoke, right? And says in Matthew 11:30, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is what?
Light.
Is light."
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Which means there is another yoke we are potentially carrying,
Yeah.
which is probably heavier than this. And he is saying, "Take mine," which is what? Which is easy and it is light. Okay. How can we experience this rest that Jesus is talking about when he says, "Come to me and I will give you rest"? How can we experience it?
Okay. That's an interesting question, which may be kind of hard to answer. But uchiona kuti sezvatabata kumusoro uku kuti pari kunzi "come unto me", it's either pane something zvisiri kufamba mushe pauri, handiti. Inini I'm taking it for instance kuti ndarasika, and then this guy ari kuona kuti no, this is a wonder, handiti. Saka ari kunditi "come unto me" so that I can assist you. Saka sometimes right now we don't know the way. To show me the way. And Saka we need to go to him so that he can show us the way. And in other words, when you are heavy laden, wakaremerwa, and sometimes augoni kutotakura zvinhu zvacho uri wega, mutoro wacho uri wega. Saka Jesu ari kuti "come unto me", imi makaremerwa, ini ndinokuzorodzai. There is an assurance that is following the command. Saka hatisi kufanira kungoperera pacommand. Tokufana kuenda kumberi tobva tanoenda kuassurance kuti all right, ndikauya munondipei. Zvakafanana nevana. Mwana anoti kana achitamba newe so, kana kuti ukamutuma basa kana asiri kuda, ukamuti ndaoncherera mva wangu zati munondipei. Yes. Saka anoda assurance yekuti I'm getting something after doing this. Saka the assurance that we are having is tikaenda kuna Jesu tiri kunowana rest. Which rest? We have psychological rest. Yes. We have the spiritual wars that we are fighting. Jesus is assuring us of that rest.
Thank you very much. And the psychological rest. Kuti funganya chaiko chaiko.
Yes.
Funganya. We are probably not carrying physical, tangible burden.
Yes.
But mufungo chemu chakaremera. And Jesus kana makoyama kwandiri makasa mitoro yenyu pandiri muchawana kuti kuzoro. You no longer have to think much about zviri kunetsa because mazvipa kunani. Anyone else who wants to add there on the rest we can get that Jesus is talking about here?
Well, I can add ndichiti this rest, just are kuti "come to me," right? "Come to me, I will give you rest." This rest is on a needs based, right? Kuti munhu hauendi kuna Jesu if you don't have the need to rest.
Yes.
Ari kuti no, "come to me and I will give you rest." So iwe kana usiri kuda rest, no, gara hako ikoko, right? But nekurarama kwatiri kuita in this world, we have many problems. We are heavy laden. So Jesu ari kuti no, I know. Jesu anotoziva kuti we are heavy laden. And he's saying, since I know that you are heavy laden, come to me and I will give you rest. You have the need yekuresta. So come to me and I will give you rest. So he is not forcing, auntie. No. Kana uri kuona kuti une need yekuresta, go to Jesus and he will give you rest.
So, Anthony, yeah, need that.
Yes.
He knows you need it. But if you don't need the rest, maybe you can as well stay away. But as far as we know, everyone needs the rest. You are either weary or you are heavy what? Laden. Kubva pakatadza Adam naEve Bible zvakanzi zvoni Mwari akati kuna Adam, you shall till the what? The ground. Chadya cheziya. But ipapo, if you work in, you have to work to get something
Yes.
on the table. You have a lot of things kunetsa even mupfungwa, kurwara nekurwarirwa as well as a result of sin. And so just as long as sin is on the earth, we need the rest that Christ promises us. Okay. Zviri kunzi panapa kana Jesu ataura. Musangoti ati I will give you rest. What is the context?
Okay.
Azvitaura zvabva pakuti chindokuti munyatsonzwisise kuti chii chaari kutaura.
All right.
All right. What is the context, Ishe? Jesu apa paitaura apa. Angari kutaura ari mucontext ichi.
Ini hangu chandinofungamwo kana tichitaura nezveyoko. Pane madays ataimboenda kumushatiro pana. Yoko tinotakurwa nemombe, so padzinenge dzichirima dzinotakura dziri tu, mombe haingarime iri one. Saka Jesu ari kuti ukauya iwo neyo burden, ndochikupa yangu yoko, tochibatsirana kutakura tiri tu. You don't have to do this thing uri wega. Ndofunga ndo context zvinhu zvaitaurwa.
Okay. So I understand you don't have to carry your burden alone. Jesu aripo kuti say kubatsira. So he was trying to give them help to carry their burdens. Yes.
Okay. Parunzi, I will give you rest. Ishataura kuti zvoni yoke. Jesu ari kuti no, you're not going to do this alone. Anditi. So from Matthew chapter 11 verse 20 to 28 anditi ndo panozobuda, come to me all you labor and have laden and I'll give you rest, right? So tanga kutarisa from Matthew chapter 9 anditi Matthew chapter 9 verse 9 to 13 Jesu anenga achiassociata nevainzi the wrong people, those who were sinners, yeah, vaito labelwa nevanhu because kudzi uyu anoita chakati, Mary Magdalene, those are sinner. Jesu, yes, ari kuassociata nevanhu ivavo. Then totarisa futi Matthew chapter 11 verse 24, Jesu anenge achitaura about Sodom and Gomorrah. We all know Sodom and Gomorrah kuti mama kaipa sei, right? So now Matthew chapter 11 verse 28, just akutaura manje kuti come to me all you labor and heavy laden. Abva kuno associate nevari kunzi the sinners, abva kunotaura about Sodom, akuchitaura manje kuti no, come to me all you who labor and I heavy laden. So inini zvandiri kuona ndezvekuti chiri kuita kuti tive heavy laden are the sins, right? Because Jesus is associating with those who are called sinners. And remember kuti aitoti kana akaporesa vanhu aibva ati your sins are for what? Are forgiven.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
So kutorerutsa mutoro kwaaitoitira vamwe vanhu. Remember vamwe vangu vari crippled, vamwe vane mental illnesses, vana legion and all the others, right? Aitovaporesa and your sins are forgiven, or go and sin no more. So I will give you rest from the sins, right? Yeah. Those are the ones that are heavy, right, on you. So ndichakupa izororo mukaya kwandiri. So I get the sense kuti that's the context he was coming from.
Okay. And I don't know that's kind of like claim of being able to forgive sin.
Yes.
It's like it transitions from ministering for the sinners and then goes on to talk to these people who thought of themselves as holy and good.
Yes.
Achiva he was denouncing the important Galilean cities of the time, and he was very harsh with them. And for example, he says, but I say unto you that it shall be more tolerable for the land of Sodom in the day of judgment than for you.
Yes.
That's 11 verse 24. Otherwise, that in the Muzurai Kutongwaga, Sodom ne Gomorrah zvakaparadzwa maparadzirwa zvakaita zvaizveka.
Zviri nani.
Zviri nani. Kutonga kwawo uchange kuri nani panichi. Kutonga kwenyu mumaguta imimi mose, even muchizvifeel as if you're what? You're holy and good. So there was a lot of tensions rising here.
Yeah.
We could say it or pop up
Yeah.
and then Obama would say, they have been delivered to me by my father. And no one knows the son except the father, and vice versa as well.
Yes.
So I would say, in my capacity as the father's son, and in my capacity as one who is one with God, I am saying I can give you what?
I can give you rest.
From all this sin that could end up having you destroyed more than Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
I'm able to what?
To give
To
you
save
rest.
you from all that. Hey, Anzi, come is an imperative. I just wanted to go back there.
All right.
Come is in what?
It's an
A
imperative.
command. So I ask what?
It's not optional.
It's option. Then how did I say? Yeah. Right.
So from that imperative, panobva pateera mamwe ma-imperatives futi. Haasi kuperera papa angoti come. Right. Saka anobva ati pavhesi ya29. Take my yoke and learn from me. Right? Sikanzi torai joko rangu
And then learn.
and then learn from me.
That order, huh?
But joko, from my own experience, rinorema.
Yeah.
Ausunge kamhuru kakadai so pajoko. Nemhaka yekuti rinorema. Saka this context, I'm beginning to wonder if there is a difference between being heavy laden and taking the yoke.
Okay.
But then let's go back to the Jews. You see, Acts 15, verse 10. The yoke, it was used as a metaphor for the law.
Okay.
Yes. Saka, ndo panoyafu waya, rangare kuti tine ma-Jews, tine ma-Pharisees, vakangari vakuru vemurayiro. Anditi, kusvika pakutoti pane vainzi ma-bleeding Jews, vaya kuti vaifamba vakatarisa pasi, nemhaka kuti vakanzwisa kuti usauraya. Vanga vasingadi kutsika zvipukanana. Mukaona nyaya yacho.
Yeah.
Saka, Jesu ari kuuya from that context now. You can understand that, no, I've got these guys who are the masters of the law. But yet they know nothing about that law. So, aida kubudisa funga ipi, yekuti the law is not as heavy as we think it is.
Okay.
Therefore, ari kuti chitora rangu joko. Haana kuchinja mutemo.
Wabata panonakira. Vanhu aitaura navo
Yes.
vanga vajaira kuti kuchengeta mutemo
Yes.
waMwari, kuchengeta kamuchengeterwo kwavaitaurwa nemaFarisi.
Pharisees.
Right.
And maFarisi vaita zvokuti kana kupukuta madziro musi Sabata vaita upukuti musamonika henga chifa paunongodai so.
Vashanda.
Saka it was heavy for the people to carry that yoke.
That yoke.
Yes. Yes.
Mutemo wemaFarisi waita sei? Wavasiri maFarisi waMwari, asi manzwisirwo avaitwa nemaFarisi nemainterpretero avaita nemadzisiro avaita
Yes.
vairemera vanhu.
Yes.
Asi apa Jesu akati aiwa, take my yoke, which means
Yes.
the one they were carrying was not really.
Yes. Yes.
They were not carrying his yoke. So what does it mean? Take my yoke, muchaona kuti it is what? It is lighter.
Lighter.
Yes.
And it is easy. Amvati zvoni hanzi take it and what? And learn.
So, inyaya ye-discipleship iri panapa. And it.
And obedience.
Yes. Once we take the yoke, we learn from him how he carried the yoke. And it, yes, you realize that there were conflicts. And it, kuti ko ivivi vadzidzi vako vari kutana mumunda nemusi weSabata sei. And it, tikanzi aiwazvo ko iwe unoporesa vanhu nemusi weSabata sei. saka ari kuuya kuvanhu ivavo oti take my yoke anditi asi anobvatika handina kuuya kuzoputsa muchinai murayiro asi ndakauya kuzozadzisa. Saka in other words, Jesus is the means to the law. He is the only one who can make the law lighter to us.
And we should learn from him.
Takada kudzidza from someone else.
Yes. Yes.
If we takada kudzidza from munhu asiri vachatidzidzisawo tipa a yoke that is what? That is heavy.
Yes.
Senge kudzidza ubva kumafarisi. I think one of the most wonderful things here is that God understands kuti isu sevana vake murayiro tichaputsa. Asi kana taputsa, he is saying uyai kunani nai.
For all you have sinned.
Yes. For all you have sinned and fallen short of the glory of who? Of God. But he's still saying, come to who?
Come unto me.
That's how that yoke is even easier, because
Yes.
he's saying,
Yes.
I'm here to help you carry the what? The burden through his what? Through his grace and mercies. Takatadza tinodzokera kuti kwari sichimwana chideki chiduku chiri kuita sei chidzidzira kufamba handi. Akafamba akati tanya akati akadonha. Achasumuka futi zvicharwadza but achasase
Anosumuka.
Oedza futi kufamba tisu uyo tikuedza kuita sei kuteerera mirayiro yani yaMwari. Asi takaramba tichi takadonha takasumuka toramba tichifamba tichasvika pakuti mamhanda akuita sei ndakufamba. Right? And that's where we have to aim to go. That's where we are going. And we can only do that if we learn from him. Yes.
Okay, take my yoke upon you, ipapo. Remember patatanga lesson about the yoke kuti mombe aiswe pajoki rwani.
Yes.
And it is 32. And he said, Jesus is saying, I will be with you on the yoke. You are not going to be alone. And tanzwa futhi kuti ati and learn, and it learn from what? Learn from me, and learn from me, and it. So being yoked to Jesus, parking emphasize when you obedience, and it zvatambotaura obedience ne discipleship, right? And learning from Jesus means we are following in his footsteps, right? So there is need for us to participate in his mission. Jesu pangari pano pasi, what was his mission? He was healing. He associated with those who were called sinners. And he was preaching the word. And he performed miracles. We have to learn from him. And we also have to participate in his mission.
Pandifungidza kumusha ropa kugokwe kwedu. Pane mombe dzinorimiswa. Saka pane dhonza dzava masiniya pajoko. Then kune kadiki kari kutrainwa kuenda pajoko. Saka kana tichikatraina kunonzi kudhambisa. Kanosungwa nesiniya iri jento yakadzikama. Saka iko kanobhidhirika kopengereka. Iyi joko yakabata. Saka at the end of the day kanopedzisira kakuteera zviri kuitwa nasiniya. Samukona manje Jesu pao kuti uyai payoku ndineni payoku. Ari kuziva kuti no, na sports eyoku iyi ndakapedza. Yes. Saka ari kuziva kuti iwewe the moment yaunouya payoku, once you are tied, once you carry the yoke, then you are going to follow him.
Right. I like that. Hands iri donza iri kuru risi.
Yes.
Regent.
Yes.
Just want to remember, but I am gentle and what?
Lowly in heart.
Yes. Yes.
Zikama iri kuru zoti ai nori apa zikama oita zvekuita sei zvekugara uri muforo kuna muforo and just carry the yoke and go. But hey, being gentle and lowly in heart in this generation, to be like that. Nekuya kwe social media uku, I mean, mumwe munhu anotorenga status yake noti ndiri kuzikanwa zvakawanda sei nevanhu.
2K followers.
2K followers. They have something to boast about.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And because they are now flamboyant. Okay. And so, though the social media has taught us to be loud,
Noisy.
and wild and flamboyant and all that. Zirikudiwa na Mwari is the opposite.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, what God values important and valuable is gentleness and lowliness in what?
In heart.
In heart.
Atina kuti social media yakaipa.
Through it all, we
Yes.
have to be gentle and what?
Low in heart.
And lowly.
Yes,
There's a
yes.
quotation here from Christ's Object Lessons, page 58. I'm just going to read it as it is. It says, "A knowledge of the truth depends not so much upon strength of intellect as upon pureness of purpose, the simplicity of an earnest, dependent faith. To those who in humility of heart seek for divine guidance, angels of God draw near. The Holy Spirit is given to open to them the rich treasures of the truth."
Okay.
Abantu sitakuwedzera chimwe.
Zvakatopera.
Zvakatorongeka zvakadaro. Pureness of what? Purpose. And simplicity of an earnest, dependent what?
Faith.
All right. And then
Ndataura
yes.
Bichan panyaya yacho iyi yekuva gentle ne-low in heart. Pane mumwe murume watakamboona mubhaibheri mashure muOld Testament akazvikudza ende akapinda bhizi nekuzvikudza. Anga asina zororo. Murume uyu ainzi Hamani. Aida aiva nepride imwe yekuti akatadza kuzorora nemunhu wani ainzi Modhekai kuti sei asiri kundifugamira ine. Asi vamwe vese maIsraelites aimufugamira. Ende zvakanosvika pakuzoguma kwake. Akatozosvika pakuhengwa pamagalosi anga agadzirira kuti Modhekai afire ipapo.
Okay. So if you're not gentle and lowly in heart, hauna zororo.
Haunazo.
So the rest.
Saka rest yacho hauiwani.
Yeah.
All right. Pane minya pana.
Yes.
Meekness and humility does not mean that you don't stand your ground. Yeah.
Mordecai
Sometimes we confuse that. Mordecai was meek. He was humble. But at the end of it all, he stood his ground.
Yeah.
Saka Paul paanotaura nyaya iyi kuna 2 Corinthians. Haasi kutaura kuti no, being meek is doing whatever. No. You have to stand your ground. You have to know your principles. Saka Jesu paari kutaura kuti I'm humble and I'm lowly in heart. Haasi kuti ndakapusa. Anditi? But ari kuti in as much as you want to come unto me, I can accept you. And I will guide you through. Ndofunga uri kubuda panapa. Saka Paulo anobva ati nyaya yemeekness, especially in this modern world yatiri kurarama tiri. Yeah, we just find it sometimes unenge usingatodi. Vanotozongoona kutongoza kontiso. Kotiso. Yes, that's not bad. But just manjari that learn from me. You realize kuti nyaya yemutemo, that was the main issue yainetsa pakati paJesu nemaFarisees. Nekuti maFarisees vaizudza kuti we are the masters of the law. Asi Jesu anobva learn from me, for I am meek, for I am lowly in heart. Yes.
Mwari atibatsire izvozvo. Nokuti pane nyaya.
Lowly in heart.
Anzi, for my yoke is what? Is easy. Itaibata. Anoendera kumberi obva ati, my burden is what?
It's light.
Right? My burden is light. Anzi panapa Moses. He was delighted kuona his father-in-law.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Israel, we are closer the Red Sea by one. I mean, mucharangarira nyaya yacho. What does bearing another person's burden look like?
Yeah. Yeah. Moses understood kuti God has elected me to lead these people. Asi vayambuka the Red Sea. Vanotanga kumunetsa. And remember, Moses anototsanangura kuti he was humble, he was meek. Guys, rangarira kukadzidza Moses. Rangarira paifidwa Moses, rangarira paidya Moses. And yes, but he lowered himself and he had the call. And it nokuti call. But panapo nyaya Jethro, zikanzi Jethro anouya ompa counsel. Nekuti anonati no, Moses ari kunetseka nenyaya yekuresolve ma-issues. Yes. Saka Jethro anomupa plan yekuti no, iwewe chitsvaga vamwe ma-elders, delegate those who are going to help you. Then ma-issues avatadza ndo auchawaita sei usolva iweyo. But manje Jesu manje ari kunzi aitodarika izvozvo manje. Moses musa mukangano. Moses ndiye anoti Mwari kana zvakadaro uraya inini. Mubona? Anoti uraya inini. Pane kuti muparadzi vanhu. Muabvisire kuIjipita. Kuya kuzovaparadza. Niye Mwari uraya inini. In as much as he was humble. But he know kuti when I'm talking to God, he is the one who gave me this yoke. And he is the one who is leading. So I have to be bold enough. Saka nyaya Jethro, nyaya ya Moses, paanoenda kuna Jethro, inotiratidza kuti Moses, he managed actually to carry other people's burden. Anosvika kuna Mwari kuti Mwari zviri nani ndife. And if you read, you realize kuti that's why Moses asina kuzosvika kupi naye.
Kenan.
Pane nyaya. Carry each other's what?
Burden.
Each other's burden.
A problem what shared
is a problem solved.
So ndo zvakaitika pana Moses na Jethro. Handiti kuti akatowana solution.
Yes.
He wouldn't have thought of it ega. But sezvo akashare the problem, solution yakawanika. So this comes to us, right? Mu pandemic yatiri, not just the pandemic, but the world is heavy. If you share a problem, solution only one. Rubatsiro only one, right? So those who kutaura panapa kuti you have to share the problems with
But the problem that I have, man, is kuti iwe Ropa, if you share your burden with me, guess what? I'll make it heavier than before. Saka Jesu manje is the only source. Yes. Ndiye ega anogona burden literate. Because inini ndichatoenda kudza kuti wechindudza kuti right ndaita ka problem ndomanya kuna ishe not ishe ukudzinzwa usaone kufamba kudaro zvakazvina kuti mbomira mushe. Then ishe that kuna iwe ndanzwa kuti you see.
But if we are learning from
Jesus,
from Christ,
yes,
we become burden bearers.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So munhu ari kutaurwa naNibato
Yes.
in this case.
Yes.
Iye kuti zoni iyeka is not come to Christ.
Right.
And has not learned from Christ.
Yes.
Kuti Kristu ari kumutorera mutoro wake and has to know to be able to help others
Another person.
bear their what?
Yes.
Their loads as well. So if we have come to Christ and we have learned from him and we've had our own burdens lightened by him. We know what can have approach us. Even if they don't approach us, we just see someone else who's heavy laden who can just approach and we will be helped. It's like if a brother or sister falls into temptation, we should be able to help them bear the burden of sin by, kuwaratidza nzira chaiyo. If we correct a brother or sister who has fallen into temptation and do it in love, we help to carry that
burden.
Even more so, we help direct them to Christ, who is the ultimate burden.
But it has to be done gently.
Yes.
Because if we do not do it gently or in love,
Yes.
zvanchitaura naLibert kuti unotowedzera burden yacho. Munhu okay, so I've sinned and this is how I've been corrected. Then what else can I do? Inini pangu patopera,
Yeah.
so the burden is now what? Heavier. So if you do it in love and gently, then you're caring, you're helping restore that person back to Christ.
So if we have learned from Christ and we now have, we are now gentle as He is and have a lowly heart as His,
Yes.
and we know to point others to Him,
Yes.
then
I just want to emphasize panyaya ye third command. Which one that Jesus ati come unto me. And it never to take my yoke. Never to learn from me. Inovha yatsanangura zvanzi nyika neuchenjeri hwayo upenzi. Yes. Saka we can have so many sources to learn from. But trust me, Jesus is the ultimate solution.
Okay.
Yes. In as much as Moses offered his life for the people, he does not bring us salvation. So Moses' blood alone could not save the people. So the only solution, the only source that we have assurance is Jesus. Yes. So we can have our pastors, we can have our elders. Yes, it's good. But the ultimate source is Jesus.
chidzidzo chakanaka and chinofanirwa kutirangaridza kuti kune vamwe vari kunzoko who need our help.
Yes.
They need to be pointed to Christ,
Yes.
so that they know to go to Him as the ultimate burden bearer, as well as kuti isusu tivabatsirewo. I mean, think about the last time you helped someone carry your burden, and it must have meant a lot to them. So Sangan, here is a challenge to you. Think about whose burden you can help carry right now. Take your phone, give them a call, text them. Just tell them you are thinking of them, you remembered them, you are praying for them. And even just that is going to help lift a heavy burden. Kana one is one need financially or physically, then you might be able to help as well if you can. But the first step is to remember them in prayer and leading them to God. Let me just read this quotation.
Okay.
Listen here. This one is from Child Guidance, page 267, and it says, when you find your work hard, when you complain of difficulties and trials, when you say that you have no strength to withstand temptation, that you cannot overcome impatience, and that the Christian life is uphill work, be sure that you are not bearing the yoke of Christ.
All
You
right.
are bearing the yoke of another master. Ngatirangarire mashoko.
Pane muimbi wandofarira tsatanamata.
Yes.
Anotiyo, have you failed in life's battles to accomplish all your plans? Is your heart all heavy laden? Pick up the broken pieces and bring them to the Lord.
And let us ponder upon these words. Let us go into the comment section, those who are watching on YouTube, on Facebook, and leave our comments and discuss further on this lesson.
Ngatinamate. Kuna ishe tenzo ari musoro kudenga, tinongokutendai nelesson yatinayo, tinongokutendai tadzidza kuti imi muri kuti come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Tinongotenda Mwari kuti tanzwa kuti kwamuri kwega ndokwatinowana kuzorora. Chitibatsiraiwo tidzamasimba kuti tivewo vanhu vanoita carry each other's burdens. Help us to be able to restore those who are suffering from different sins back to you. Mutibatsirawo Mwari tisabve pamurayiro wenyu, tikwasangodzidza kubva kwamuri, so that we can be able to participate in your mission, and so that we can be able to be obedient and disciples. Ivaiwo nesu zuva rese ranhasi, nezvese zvatichanzwa, shoko rese rigotibatsira kutendeuka tigodzoka kwamuri Mwari. Chivai nesu nguva dzese, itai kuti mazuva emuromo wedu Mwari neminamato yemwoyo yedu kwanisa zvinogamuchira pameso penyu Mwari, kubva zvino kusvika padenamata. Amen.
Amen.